MUDA will contest in the state polls under its own logo and open candidate applications to the public today. Farrah Darma from BowerGroupAsia assesses if the party is able to independently rally and attract voters to support its cause.
If we talk about performance in the upcoming elections, in terms of direct electoral results or direct seat winnings, MUDA might not yet have the ability to have that stronger upper hand. But I think this upcoming election, compared to the previous elections, is quite different in a sense that this is an opportunity for MUDA to really differentiate themselves and really take that principled stance that they didn't really take before, right? Because before they were quite open with seat negotiations, but this time around, because they aren't registered officially in the unity government, so it's their opportunity to rethink their position within the political sphere. It's their opportunity to, still have that flexibility to run on their own. So that is that opportunity for them to differentiate themselves before, having to wait another 4 years to do the same. So it's kind of this area where they will restart that momentum. It's the time for them to kind of test out ideas, tease out some maybe weaknesses they have in regards to branding, in regards to how they campaign.
MUDA will also shift most of its campaigning online, a move that Farrah sees as a potential targeting of urbanites.
So targeting, the urban areas of Selangor and Klang Valley, for example, which can be a challenge because it sort of alienates certain demographics. But maybe for this election, that shows that might be their priority at the moment and what they have the capacity to do during their social media ramp up. Yes, it is a challenge because they're sort of alienating that other groups of people. And currently, social media is no longer viewed as a competitive advantage. It's more of a necessity rather than a competitive advantage. So what MUDA can do differently, it depends on their branding. It depends on how they market themselves to the people, these urbanites. So why are they targeting urbanites? It's potentially because those are the people who are very well read, very well informed. They keep up with social media news. They're very well in tune with what is going on in the government right now, but they haven't been fully convinced of who to vote for. They haven't, been swayed from one side to the other. So this is the opportunity for MUDA to really, move these so-called fence-sitters to their side.
As a political party that focuses on youth-centric policies, will MUDA be able to secure the young people's votes? Farrah discusses its chances against other well-established coalitions.
An area that they might, have overlooked, or at least maybe they're looking into, is that some youth, they are more influenced by factors like religion, for example. Some youth, the issue that they're facing right now is they don't see MUDA as a very big differentiator or a very big third force as they would like to be. Reason being because they don't have that grassroots support or grassroots as their anchor. So that's one. Two would be that some voters, they look at ideologies to sway them from one side to the other. So MUDA's ideologies with Pakatan Harapan, for example, has been relatively similar. So when they don't see that differentiating factor, the second option they go to would be the voices who are representing them, the personalities. So they might see, for example, Pakatan Harapan having a stronger voice in parliament compared to MUDA, who only has one seat in parliament. So those are some of the considerations that the youth look at right now, that it's just that they haven't been convinced just yet, which is okay because MUDA is a relatively new party. They're still building their ground. They're still building their voter base. So this is something that won't happen overnight and will need to continue to be built. But I think championing, strong issues with regards to youths, you talk about new politics, you talk about moving away from the legacy of politics, all of these are important factors that will factor into, potential voters in the future.